Dave, and we're going to be looking at This Is the Air I Breathe. This is the chorus. I'm going to be playing it in E major. So we're going to use a progression. The chords are going to be and then we're going to do a B, but it's an E flat in the bass. Second chord. Then we're going to go to a C sharp minor, and then I'm going to play a B7. Then A, it's going to be E with a G sharp in the bass, F sharp minor, and then B7 once again. So you have your foundation there, C sharp minor, B7, you can do an A major 7, E with a G sharp in the bass, F sharp minor, or F sharp minor 7. If you want to spice it up, B7. So now, let's take a look at the melody. We have we're going to play an E with that. So I'm thinking the most practical way there, if I'm going to do the melody there, would be to play this shape here. This is going to be, if you know the cage system, a D, but brought up to the key of E. So, but I'm going to remove the third on top. I'm not going to play that. I'm going to keep the melody on the top. So technically then, that would be just an E5 chord. We're not going to play the third. We're not going to play the G sharp. Now, if you want to play the melody up here, then you could do simply that power chord there. I guess technically there too, you could fit the third in. And so that would be cool too, that would be a little more colourful. But I decided to keep it down here for the sake of simplicity. I like this position. Makes it a little more simple. So I'm playing that shape there, the E5. Then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the melody to there. And we're going to play this is perfect for playing our E flat in the bass with the B chord. We're playing B, but then we have inverting it to where E flat is in the bass. But then we want to keep the melody on top, so I'm going to play that there. It's going to be an F sharp. And then we go and that's going to be a third in this C sharp minor chord. So that works perfectly for that shape there. Then for B7 we have the F sharp on the top of the melody. So when you bar it with this shape, that works. I'm lost without. Use your pinky there to play the 5th fret to the 4th fret, the E to the E flat. Without you, which is going to be the top of this A major 7 chord. But what you're going to see what I do when we go into a little more detailed version that I write for you. I'm going to be playing an A major 7 and sliding it up, make it a little jazzy. Use some, like a passing tone there. So then once we have that down, that's the end of the melody, and then you can just play an arpeggio of the next following chords, which would be your E with a G sharp in the bass, F sharp minor, and then B7. So that's your more simple broke down method of playing it. Now I'm going to show you what I do to spice it up, how I would improvise or arrange it myself. I started with the original shape of the E. I'm sliding from the D note. It's like the flat 7th there. I think it's a little cool. It gives it that dominant feel. So that's what that is, the flat 7th, instead of and I, which you could totally do that too. And I. But I like to be a little more creative, just reharmonize some stuff every now and then. So you can do I'm going to hit the E flat, sorry, the E in the bass, the bottom string. And now, what I like to do is I like to add some harmony in with the melody. So instead of going to this shape here, what I thought I'd do is I would add in the third on the bottom which is going to be your C sharp to D sharp. E flat and D sharp are the same. I know I mentioned E flat before, but I guess if you're in the key of E, we need to think about this as a C sharp to a D sharp, since we need to follow the letters. So that's what, I'm going to play that third right there. So, and then to have the chord in the bottom, the B with an E flat in the bass, instead I'm going to do a little bit of a variation here. I'm going to play the E flat here, and I'm going to have the fifth up here in the B note on the fourth string, the D string. So I'm going to remove the third for this particular shape here in order to play the harmony in the melody, which I think is a cool little sacrifice to make there in order to have that harmony. You could play da and then have the third in the chord, or you could play and just have the root in the fifth. It's almost like an augmented shape. Alright, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about but then hitting my C sharp minor 7 chord with that. So I wanted to add a little bit of a harmony in here too. That's what I'm going to do right there. I'm going to play the G sharp, F sharp, G sharp as I play the main melody. I make sure to have my first finger over the root note, the C sharp minor 7 chord. So we have. Alright, and then I'm going to think. So just something simple there, no harmony in the melody. I want to really have the B7 color shining through on the chord. So I'm thinking, you could play something like that. That's what I did, but I did this shape here. So I'm lost without you. That's going to be your A major 7 sliding up from what would be your G major 7, G sharp major 7. And so now that there's no melody in the remaining section after this, I'm going to think, all right, well, let's start being creative. Let's start adding in some little licks here and there to spice it up, to get some lead going on. So what I thought was, and then, so the first one I came up with was, just something simple there, walking up from the B to the C sharp, then to the fifth string, the A string, the E to the F sharp. Something like that you could do. You could do. So sticking with the sixth and fifth string. Then do an arpeggio of your E with a G sharp in the bass. Now I thought I wanted to add a higher lick in here, so I did. But then I added a little bit of a chromatic passing tone here, which is non-diatonic because it's not, the C is not in the key of E major or C sharp minor, but it acts as a leading tone to the C sharp. Originally I thought it could be played up here too. Because I was thinking about the A is then the third of the next chord, which is your F sharp minor. Or you could play F sharp minor 7. I just kept it as an F sharp minor. So I'm thinking from here. I'm lost without you. Alright, and then just starting with the B7. And so that's how I would arrange this one if I was trying to make it a little more of an intermediate to advanced arrangement. So you have your simple arrangement, which was just what I walked you through in the beginning. And then just simple arpeggios. And then if you want to make it a little more complex, you have So there you are. I hope this tutorial helps you out, and be sure to like, leave a comment what you would like next, subscribe. Thank you for watching.